What's up, you guys? It's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. I make videos once a week, and I'd really appreciate it if you gave this video a big thumbs up and maybe hit that subscribe button. So today I thought that I would do a video talking to you guys about the meaning behind my 4 tattoos. If you didn't know, I have tattoos. I have a sunflower, I have the stem says Addison, and this says courage to your heart, and then I have a cactus in a little terracotta pot on my rib cage. So I figured I'd just talk to you guys about the meaning behind them. They all have some sort of meaning, and yeah, just kind of hang out a little bit. Alright, so let's just jump right in. I guess we'll start with my first tattoo. The first tattoo that I ever got says courage to your heart, and it is in my mom's handwriting. So basically, what this tattoo means is, in the book, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which is one of the books in the series, The Chronicles of Narnia, they're on a boat and they're in very dark, foggy waters. They don't know where they're going and they're trying to get out of this place. But they feel like they just keep going in circles, round and round and round, and they feel like they're never going to get out. And Lucy, the youngest of the characters in that, main characters in that story, she leans on the boat and she whispers, you know, Aslan, you know, if you've ever loved us, please send help now. Like, send something that is going to help us get out of this, some direction, something. And they look up in the sky and they see something, and at first it kind of looks like a cross, and then an airplane, and then out of nowhere it's an albatross. And while everyone else is seeing this albatross circle their boat and circle the mast and then fly off, they're wondering what it is. And no one except Lucy knows that as this albatross circled the mast, it whispered in her ear, courage, dear heart. And that has so much meaning to me, because I feel like oftentimes in life we get to this place where we don't know what to do, and we can't see what's coming, we can't see what's behind us, we can only see the now, and we can see that we're stuck in something and that we can't get out. That courage to your heart, you know, just have courage. Don't be scared. Things are going to be okay. They're going to work out. The fact that this tattoo is also in my mom's handwriting means a lot to me as well. Just that kind of have courage to do scary things. Have courage to, you know, step out of your comfort zone. And when you're in those dark times and you feel like you can't get out, like you're stuck, like you're going around in circles and nothing is getting better, just have courage to take the next step, because things will get better, and things will be okay. All right, and for my second tattoo is a sunflower. Now this tattoo actually has dual meaning for me, and we'll get to that in just a second. So this tattoo, as I said, has dual meaning for me. In August of last year, so August of 2016, we completed the adoption of a almost 4-year-old little boy named Theodore from Bulgaria. Theodore was born with Down syndrome and was given up at 6 days old. He was left in a hospital in Bulgaria and was then transferred to an orphanage. He spent the first 3 years of his life in an orphanage, and well, technically it was the first 2.5 years of his life in an orphanage, and the last 8 to 9 months before we brought him home, he was with an awesome, amazing foster family in Bulgaria that loved and cared for him so much. And in Bulgaria, they have fields and fields and fields of sunflowers. I'm not sure if it's like that in all of Europe. I just know that the 3 times that I've been to Bulgaria, that is one of the things that I have seen every time I have gone, is fields of sunflowers. And sunflowers I love Bulgaria. As I said, I've been there 3 times, and all 3 of those times were for adoption related purposes. The first time I went, it was with a family friend who was adopting 3 kids from an orphanage in Bulgaria, and the last 2 times was when my family was completing our adoption. And so to have this on my body to resemble and represent Bulgaria and Theo's heritage and where he came from, and a place that I love so much and that has just captured my heart. It's just awesome to me. And so that's one of the reasons that I have this tattoo of a sunflower. And the second reason is to represent my relationship with Christ and all that he has done in my life, and how sunflowers are the way that I believe we as Christians should be constantly turning and looking towards the sun and following him in our lives in whatever we may do. And I actually have a quote that I found before I even got this tattoo that played a really big part in me getting it. So the quote is by Quentin L. Cook, and it says, "One of the remarkable characteristics of young wild sunflowers, in addition to growing in a soil that is not hospitable, is how the young flower bud follows the sun across the sky. In doing so, it receives life-sustaining energy before bursting forth in its glorious yellow color. Like the young sunflower, we follow the Savior of the world, the Son of God. We flourish and become glorious despite the many terrible circumstances that surround us. He truly is our light and life." And so when I found that, it just clicked with me. Sunflower is my favorite flower. They represented Bulgaria, and now they could represent another really big part of my life that is my relationship with Christ and what I believe. And so that's what inspired me, and that's the meaning behind that tattoo. And honestly, this tattoo and my cactus tattoo are both my favorite. I don't know which one I like more because I like both of them a lot. They're both awesome. So my next tattoo that is technically an addition to my sunflower tattoo is the stem on this tattoo. Now, if you can't read that, it says Addison. And the meaning behind that tattoo is Addison is the name of my little sister who was stillborn 6 years ago. And that was a truly traumatic and hard time, not only in my life, but in my entire family's life. At that point, 6 years ago, it was just me. I was the only girl in our family. I had all these brothers, and all I had wanted my entire life was to have a little sister. And I was finally going to get that. I was finally going to have that little sister and paint her nails and dress her in dresses. And 3 days before Addison was supposed to be born, she passed away. And it was nothing that could have been prevented. It was nothing that could have been, there was nothing that could have predicted it. It was a cord issue, and it was heartbreaking. It was extremely, extremely hard to go through that. There are so many memories from that day that are just not good memories, but it has always been a part of my testimony since we lost her, to be able to show that even through that, even through losing Addison, even through the heartbreak and the grief and the anger and reliving that same day for what felt like years, God was still sovereign. He was still good. He was still so good, and he still extended grace and love, and he still has good plans for us. And while I don't completely understand that, and I don't know that I ever will, it got better, and now I'm in a position where I've met plenty of other girls who have dealt with losing a sibling or losing, a sibling to still being stillborn, and I'm able to comfort them in that and be there for them and, basically be the person that says, I understand. I totally understand how you feel, and I know that there is absolutely nothing that makes this better because I can't bring your baby back. But I can still be there to be a support to them, and that's always been really important to me. 6 years later, I have a beautiful 2-year-old little sister named Charlotte Hope, and she is the best gift that has ever been given to me. I love her so much, and I am so excited to watch her grow up and get to play the big sister role. And I love doing her hair and painting her nails and watching Moana and Frozen and all that stuff with her. So there was good that came out of it, and you know, we didn't stay in that hard place forever. All right, and for my fourth tattoo is actually a tattoo that I got earlier this year, a couple of months ago, and I haven't gotten it touched up yet, so there are a couple of spots that didn't heal correctly. My body, for some reason, hates me when I get tattoos, and I have to get all of them touched up. This has nothing to do with my tattoo artist because he's absolutely amazing. It's just my body. But my cactus tattoo is a cute little saguaro cactus in a terracotta pot, and we'll get to what that represents in a minute. Alright, so my saguaro cactus, which again, that one and my sunflower tattoo, they're like neck and neck to which one is my favorite. But that tattoo represents Arizona. I have lived in Arizona my entire life, all 21 years, and I love the mountains, and the weather's typically pretty nice. We don't really get a winter, but that's okay because we do have really nice weather down in the city that I live in. But I never thought that I would love cactuses or want to get a tattoo of a cactus, but they've totally grown on me over the years, and it's my favorite. It was totally a spur-of-the-moment decision. I was sitting at a gas station, and I think I had just gotten off work, and I was sitting in a gas station putting gas in my car, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna get a tattoo today. Like, yeah, let's go get a tattoo. So I texted my tattoo artist, and I was like, hey, do you want to give me a little tattoo? And he was like, yeah, I do. So I showed him what I wanted, and he drew it up, and it hurt naturally, but it hurt more than my other tattoos, because who knew that your ribs are way more sensitive than your forearm. But it was awesome, and it is my favorite, and I love it, and Arizona will always be home, and so that's just kind of to represent that wherever I move, wherever I go, that like my roots are always here in Arizona, in this cute little town where the majority of my family is, and so that's kind of the meaning behind that. Alright guys, so that was it for the meaning behind my tattoos video. I only have 4 tattoos, so it wasn't too long, but I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my tattoos and getting to know the meaning behind them and why I chose those. If you would like to go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, that would be absolutely awesome. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, that would be super cool too. In the next couple of days, I am going to be interviewing my 2-year-old little sister, Charlotte, who is a character, and I'm actually planning to kind of make a mini series out of it and hopefully interview most of my family. Keep an eye out for that. Charlotte is extremely cute, and you'll probably fall in love because I know I did. Granted, I'm also biased, but whatever. So I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I really, really am grateful for those of you that have stuck around and are watching my videos and bearing with me while I learn this whole YouTube thing, as I've said many times. Bye, guys.